Hi, everybody, and welcome to another segment of FPV Beast. I am your host, Kent Narius, and we are with
Carson Greer, aka CgreedFPV.
You all know him. He is the owner of AZN Tracks, right there on the hat. Tell us a little about that.
Well, I'm in Arizona with my co-founder, Chris Mason, and we've, over the last 4 years, have been building out the most ultimate premier FPV light tracks and been hosting races for the last 4 years. Basically, real life video game style racetracks. All at night, we rent out abandoned properties and just design. Our track designer Gary Hansen designs all of our tracks at all of our events, and we just try to find the really coolest atmospheres to throw the races, and then we do it all at night with LED over 100 obstacles to fly through, and just live stream it and everything. So we're just getting ready to kick off some more races.
Yeah, absolutely. Sounds super sick. If you guys can see it on YouTube, where can they find it?
You find everything at AZN Tracks, AZNtracks.com, AZN Tracks on Facebook, AZN Tracks on Instagram, YouTube, all platforms, AZN Tracks.
Yeah, you definitely want to check these tracks out. Now, the design of these tracks, how long does that take? Because they are very, very intricate.
Yes, we do all the bells and whistles. So we pretty much, like I said, we do like 100 features. So there's going to be like 100 lit up features in our tracks. All of our gates are like 8 foot by 8 foot, 10 foot by 10 foot. So everything's really big, suspended off the ground. We do elevations sometimes that are like 30 feet towers that you have to dive through, 30 feet off the ground.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah. So everything's just really big scale. So our track designs usually start 3 months prior, and then we release it on Velocidrone a month before the event, and then the track build out takes us about 4 days of building from day one to flying it, testing it on that Thursday night before the race.
And that's what we're talking about. That's some high quality stuff, especially for you FPV racers out there. AZN Tracks, that's where you want to do for your next event. Absolutely, 100%. Now, let's talk about yourself and a little bit about your FPV.
Yeah, well, been flying for about 5 years. Do a little bit of everything, freestyle, cinematic, and just finding rad spots to fly, whether it's out in nature, mountains, buildings, bandos, all of it. So,
where do they find you at?
I'm on Instagram, Cgreed Art. So if you go to Cgreed Art is where you'll find all my my platforms on Instagram and on Facebook.
And what do you got here in your hands?
These are my daily flyers, D-Quad. I'm sponsored by D-Quad. So these are frames I've been flying for about 4 years straight. Been sponsored by it for about a year with them. So these are just my everyday freestyle frames that I fly and bash around and absolutely love them.
Yeah, how'd you get into FPV?
Actually, my partner in AZN Tracks about 6 years ago, he was doing all of this, and I was an artist. I'm still an artist, but I was out in Arizona working in my studio there. I happened to meet him while I was working out in my studio, and then he kept bringing these drones in to film me doing paintings and stuff, and then he brought in these ones with goggles, and I was like, what the heck is that stuff? And so I was like, whoa, I started checking it out. Me being an ex-pro snowboarder, now I'm all hurt, so I'm kind of retired from that because of my injuries, but I didn't have my outlet for adrenaline to get my adrenaline rush, so I was just painting all the time, which I loved, but I thought of this as being so artistic and adrenaline rush, so I kind of combined all the worlds that I've loved to do all my life into one, so I just I'm getting into this, and now I'm just addicted and can't stop, you know?
Oh, that's all. Yeah, absolutely. We're all addicted to this situation when it comes to FPV.
Yeah, that's what happens.
Yeah, absolutely, 100%. Well, thanks again, Carson, for having us. Oh, and once again, you run another group, San Clemente FPV, is that what it is?
Yeah, I live in San Clemente, California. We're just a small little beach town, so a lot of us that are surfers down there and stuff. I've gotten a lot of my friends into this in my town now, so now we just kind of started our own little groups, and we just come and do group flies with other people around different spots and just have fun.
That's what FPV is all about, is getting people together, having fun. Carson, thanks again for being here, for throwing this little meetup. This is what it's all about, FPV. Be sure, we're in the bio, you're going to be able to get all his information. AZN Tracks, Cgreed Art. Cgreed Art. And always be sure to check out Pilots and Drones, and always just send it.